We are back. First off, I want to thank everyone for giving me a follow. Shit, I did not think at all that this was going to get any attention whatsoever. And I was kind of sloppy, and I do realize that now. But again, I didn't think this was going to get seen at all. I thought people were just going to scroll by and not pay any attention. So I'm sorry if I, didn't show any photos of what I was talking about, where I got my facts and stuff from. That's totally my bad. But again, I didn't really think that this was going to get any attention. When I posted that, I only had 100 followers. Now I have 2,000. That blew my mind. Okay, and I'm extremely thankful for everyone who's followed, given me likes, commented, shared my stuff. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. But let's get into it. Now, before we begin, I want to make it perfectly clear that this isn't 100% facts, all right? These are conspiracies, okay? I just want to get that out there. I'm sorry I didn't make that very clear in my previous videos, but to be honest with you, a lot of the shit that I'm come across now seems to be kind of factual. It's adding up in a way. So let's just get that out of the picture. So don't take anything I'm saying as facts either, because who's to say that it is? I am no scholar. I am no person of that time. I cannot tell you whether it was or was not true or not true. But from this shit so far, a lot of the puzzles are being put together. So let's get into it. Now take a look at this. And here's the end piece to it. Now I don't know who this Wisenshot person is at all. I have no clue who he is. But in this passage from this site, basically this person was part of the Illuminati. Huge influence, and he was in a bunch of shit. I highly suggest that you go to that site and you look through it yourselves as well. We will go over more. I will take photos of certain things. But it also says at the end of this not says, but from what I've got from it, that they've taken people from the Illuminati and they have implanted them in all different religions to corrupt them and to implant their teachings in all of them and to make them think that they're serving whoever it is that they're serving, but really they're serving Satan. Now this dude, his successor was none other than Albert fucking Pike. If Albert Pike was this dude's successor and Albert Pike was in the Freemasonry, Albert Pike was implanting Satanism. Again, just a conspiracy. But he was implanting Satanism into the Masonry. Now let's take a look at this book. Now let's get into this. Questions and answers related to characters, places, words, and phrases used in symbolic Masonry. How highly convenient is that they give us answers and questions to this fucking shit. And what do? They use symbols, okay, that you have to figure out yourself to figure out what they're talking about. So isn't this just fantastic? They give us the fucking answers and the questions. That's fabulous. The best part, too, is that it also tells us where in the book, you can find, this shit, you know what I mean? Some of it doesn't, though, as you can tell. They don't tell you what part of the book that you can find any of this. This is shit that they put in there, okay, that they implanted, as far as I'm concerned, if they don't have a book page to go off of. And this... Handsome, I love you. I do. But I'm going to need you to move your head. Thank you. This isn't the only page. Okay? There's this one. There is this one. There is this one. And then there is this one. Go ahead and stop, take a look, and read for yourselves. And then it gets into the Order of the Eastern Star. Now, from what I've heard, that is the women's Freemasonry, or whatever. Now, what caught my attention in this thing, because it gives a lot of, history and backstory, even some stuff in this book. It tells you pages and whatnot, like I said. But this one part right here, it's a question. It says anti-Masonic excitement. And this is the question. In what states were its effects most felt? The answer, in New England, especially in New York and Pennsylvania. Now, from this point on, it starts giving questions about the anti-Masonic excitement. And the next question is, when did it occur in the United States? The answer, 1826. What caused it? The disappearance and alleged abduction of William Morgan. If anybody wants to look up who William Morgan is and tell me who that is, that'd be fantastic. We'll look up some stuff too on him. Next question. Was he a Mason? Claimed to have been made a Mason in Canada or some other foreign country. Okay, cool. Question. What object did he have in his attempted exposure of Freemasonry? Now that's fucking crazy. If this guy went missing because he had stolen some fucking shit from the Freemasons. Now the answer to that was personal revenge. Really? Personal fucking revenge? I claim bullshit, because there's a guy in here who was part of the Freemasons as well. His name was Hiram Abiff. I had mentioned him before in a previous video. And he was killed for keeping something called the secret word. Or the sacred word. That's what it was. The sacred word. What the fuck's the sacred word? Obviously this guy, William Morgan, had some type of fucking dirt on these motherfuckers as well. And he disappeared. Nowhere to be seen. Or, I don't even know if they found him. And they say personal revenge. I don't think that's personal revenge. I think he saw something, found out something, and he fucking tried telling people, but because they went after his ass. That's what I'm getting out of that. You guys tell me what you think. Epilogue. Who wrote it? Francis Bacon. I don't know who that is. Question. What did it describe? The island of Ben Salam. I don't know what that is. It is the island of the Sons of Peace. And on it, structure the House of Solomon, where there was a confraction. What? I don't know how to pronounce that. Philosophers devoted to the acquisition of knowledge. Yeah. Let's keep this short, because I don't want to go into too much, you know what I mean? I want to keep this going, you know what I mean? I don't want to go too far into it. But again, I want to thank everybody for following me and coming along on this journey. Keep following me, keep, watching my videos, so we can continue talking about all this. I know it sounds all crazy and bullshit. Trust me, I do. This was not my intention. I did not want to start like this with the book. I just wanted to go through it and read it with everybody, because I thought it was cool and interesting that I found this. And then I found out some crazy things about the first few people that were in this book and the things that I have read, you know what I mean, about these people. Crazy. Really is. I also have a YT channel. If you guys want to subscribe to that, I'll post a picture here. I only made one video, and it's not about this. But you guys let me know if you guys want me to make a YT video about this and make it really long, and we can go over it there as well. There, I also have a co-host who will be joining me if you guys do want me to post a video on there. But let me know in the comments. Okay, bye. I do apologize if I don't show up like when I say I'm going to, you know what I mean? I'm having some family stuff go on. The person that I got this book from, he's no longer with us. I found it at his house. That's where I got this from. He passed away. He has no living relatives. So we were going to his home and we were collecting his belongings because the bank had taken over his property. So we were just taking his things, and I found this book and a few other books, but they're very, very destroyed. And so I'm afraid to open them and read them. But again, please continue watching. There will be more. I do not plan on stopping this at all. I continue on reading this with all of you and going over it. Deuces. See you in the next one.